Hello, Nadine here, and today I'm going to be creating a cute card using a bunch of products from Imagine, and I'll also be using this cute Joy Claire stamp set called Gnome is Where the Heart Is. I'm going to be using this sentiment stamp, which is Gnome is Where the Heart Is, and also the mushroom house over here and probably the little gnomes, so you can see that stamp set. Very cute. And then I'll also be using some VersaFine Claire in Nocturne, and some Versa Magic and Oasis Green, and then this one is Turquoise Gem, some Memento inks in Bahama Blue and Summer Sky, and then lots of different colors of Memento dual markers. I'm going to be using these to color in the images, which is a great quick way to color in images without having to get too technical with coloring if you just want to get images colored quick. In this, I'm going to be using some Radiant Neon Amplify, and this is just the one in white, to create a sky background, or these I'm going to use for the clouds. So let's get started here. Okay, so first using the Memento in Bahama Blue, I'm just going to stamp that onto my mat. Use some Summer Sky, and then some Versa Magic in the Oasis Green, and then the Turquoise Gem. Take some water to spray right onto the mat, and then using some watercolor paper. I think this is 140 pounds watercolor paper I'm using. I'm going to just place it right on top. It's going to come out pretty light at first, or maybe it's not going to this time. My practice round that came out much lighter. And then I'm just going to take my heat tool and dry that up. Dip that in there just a little bit more. There we go. This is a technique that I do often, where I like to use the mat with ink, squishing the inks onto the mat and getting it wet and applying the paper to it. And I decided I wanted, I think, a grass on the bottom. So I'm going to use the Versa Magic and Key Lime and see if I can just smush that onto the very bottom here. See what happens. I just want it a little bit darker, so I'm just going to take this and just barely rub it onto the edge. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to stamp my images in VersaFine Claire using my Misty. And just taking markers and start coloring them in. And then once I have the images all colored in, I will fussy cut them out. Okay, now that I got a lot of it colored in, I decided I wanted to do some blending a little bit. So I'm going to use some Ink Potion number 9 and also some Fantastics. This is the bullet tip in. So just spraying some of the Ink Potion number 9 onto my mat. I'm going to pick it up with the Fantastics, and then you can see where I added some of the Memento marker. And then I'm just going to take that and blend it out. Maybe take some of this, add it into that. Once I have my images cut out, I like to take my Tuxedo Black Memento marker and just go along the edges. And this makes it so when you attach them to the front of your card, you don't have any funny white showing. Especially because I'm going to use some 3D foam adhesive to raise these up off of the card. Now I'm going to figure out where I want my sentiment on the card. Okay, now using some of the Radiant Neon Amplify in the white, I am going to just free draw some clouds, or hopefully draw some clouds. Okay, and then using the heat tool, I am just going to heat up the Amplify. There you go, you can see how that raises up, just puffs up, makes great clouds. So now using some tear it tape, because as you can see it's kind of warped my paper, and I want to make sure that it lays flat on the front of my card base. And there we go. I added a few more clouds and some flowers along the bottom, and my card is complete. Thank you so much for watching. Visit imaginecrafts.com for more inspiration. See you next time.